Next game coming up is the 11th, 12th playoff place between Kenya and Japan. Well, Kenya, who make their series debuts, have really brought a bit of colour to this tournament. Irene Ochenio wearing the number 9 jersey has caught the eye. And interesting that they've selected Masindi, one of their pace girls, on the bench. For Japan, well, it's been a tough weekend for them. Their side is captained by the extremely talented Chicharu Nakamura. Mr. Chicharu Nakamura to the left of your picture. Catherine Abila bringing the Kenyan side onto the pitch. And warm applause as the two teams run out onto the Stade Gabriel Montpied. Keep an eye on the Japanese team. I love this. They come out, a couple of tackles each just to get them in. And for Kenya, a little bit of a hand circle and a prayer. Could do with a cuddle like that. I'm Scott Hastings alongside me, Carl Tanana, former New Zealand captain. Well, the 11th, 12th playoff, it still means something to these teams.
Well, konnichiwa, Scotty. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I actually think I've been quite impressed by some of the phases that this Kenyan team have put together during the course of this tournament. I'm actually picking them to go pretty well here. I wouldn't be surprised if they get their first win on this HSBC Women's World Series because they are so physical.
Captain what?
Yoko, Chisato Yoko looks on. And Japan playing in their white jerseys up against Kenya. And the first play is underway. Well, the ball was spilt there by Japan. Yoko takes the ball away, and Japan on the attack, first of all, through Ano Kuwai. Kuwai scored 2 tries in the opening game on day 1 against Canada. Remember, both these teams have qualified for the Olympics. Kenya from the African section, and from the Asian leg, it is Japan.
What I like about this Kenyan team is that they are blessed with speed right across the park, and there's no replacement for it. They're just taking their learnings they've got from this tournament. They've got extended camp while they're here in France, so more and more they play, the better and better they've gotten.
Just looking down onto the pitch, the Kenyan team have actually changed the original selection. Celestine Masinde will take to the wing position. She scored a try in the previous match. But Kenya played against Russia, losing that one by 27 points to 12 in the bowl semi-final earlier on today. So you'll see the two players standing behind the Japanese scrum to the left of your picture. They tend to always swing to the left, but it's Kenya who come away with the ball.
It's an unusual setup, isn't it, right behind the scrum? And when you do have that, they usually pick a side to attack from, and when they do, it's very lateral, so they need someone to straighten the play off that.
It appears not to create anything, Carl. This is what I'm a little bit confused about. Mio Yamanaka, she'll feed the scrum. And again, Nakamura and Chisato Yoko to the left of scrum, standing behind each other. It's an easy defence. But ultimately, it leads to nothing. Kenya, quick tap and go down this blind side. Ball carrying comes through from Sheila Chichira. It's a chunky, solid forward for the Kenyan team. Quick tap and go from Irene Ochenio. And if Kenya can get enough position, we know they've got enough pace. But it's all a little bit tight down this near side as Chichira just makes some useful yards. Pass bumbles along the ground. Masinde tries to play footwork with it. She was taken out without really having control of the ball.
A very short line by both of these teams at the moment, using the physical nature of the game. When you do that well, you have to send support players, and that's why they're playing so narrow at the moment.
Well, you can see the... oh, here's another way look at just the... sometimes in sevens, when it's scrappy like this, it's a a real guddle.
I need you to be steady.
So
When I
Japan,
say
you can see
steady,
to the left of
steady,
your picture there.
steady, no hit. Okay. Crouch.
Just alignment again.
Bind.
So ball is put
Sit.
into the scrum by Yamanaka. Picked up by Yoko. Now Japan through Suzuki. Suzuki with the handoff. Up and over the halfway line. Now Yamanaka, just it was head down, wasn't it? And now Yoko. Yoko straightens, but couldn't get the ball away. Well, tackled there by Chachira. And now the break up through the middle. Japan up towards the 22-meter line. This is good retention. Oh, the pass was poor. Didn't hit Ayaka Suzuki. And Nakamura, she's very accurate normally with her passing, the Japanese captain. But to no good there.
Oh, they were building, weren't they, phases, and it was quick, clean ball as well, and they're getting well over the advantage line. You could see she actually looking at the defender rather than where she was passing the ball, hence why she missed her mark.
Stand still up. Is it forehead?
Well, there's Masindi.
Okay. Let's go.
Took a little clash to the head there.
Off, 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 off.
Scored a cracking try, as I mentioned, against that Russian team in the earlier tie, where she took the ball on the halfway line, cut an angle and sprinted down the touchline. So it goes to show there's plenty of gas. And as you mentioned, Carl, this is part of a sort of 3-week sojourn over to France. They're going to have a small training camp against the French team. They're learning their trade. Kick is downfield. Chasing is Janet Okello. Okello now, has she got the footwork to match the pace? Okello, can she control the ball? Oh, she's given it too much. And Okello, well, that's why it's called rugby football. You've got to have both the skills.
Oh, Grace Okello, she's disappointed. She knew all she needed to do was keep that under control, and that's pinpoint.
Oh, Suzuki on that far side. Now Japan breaking through Yoko. Back is Okello with the tackle, and Kenya come away with the ball. Now, what can they do with it? A disrupted defence from this Japanese team. Great skill there, wasn't it? That overhead pass.
Where's the mark? Where's the mark?
But it was a forward pass.
Mark's good.
Here it is here. Okulu, just the last one, and went off her knees. She sent it into row 12. No!
Oh, frustration. And as you said, there's been pieces of Kenya's play throughout this tournament that have really caught the eye.
Sit.
Yamanaka. Now, more of a traditional lineup for this Japanese team to then cut Yoko on this outside. Has Yoko got some skill and pace? Nakamura spills the ball, but, well, unfortunately, it's a long half, and it's been a long couple of days for these teams.
One thing that really is missing from this Japanese team, Scotty, is pace on the outside to really threaten and spread teams, because they are quite fit. They'd like to use the loop around, but you need that extreme pace just to be an extra threat.
Sometimes when Japan get it right, though, as they did against Canada, they lost that one by 15 points to 21 in the opening game. They were points down, but they came back in. They showed it at Langford. So the pass out there to Okello. She tries to escape the tackle here. Masindi. We know all about her pace. Masindi throws the ball inside. Good support here from this Kenyan team. Japan's defence is being stretched. There's numbers here. Hits Chachira. Chachira stands big in the tackle. That's the 10-yard line. There's space on the wide outside here with Janet Owino waiting for the ball on the left-hand side. But it's all a little bit lateral. Well, it's an escape down the wing there. And wearing the green boots, Janet Okello. And Okello will get the first try of this 11th-12th playoff game.
Well, she missed one just moments earlier, Janet Okello. but she scores on this occasion. A missed tackle, and again, because they got speed across the park, look at her, goes across the field, dummy on the inside, was going to set it up, but the strength and the handoff by Okulu. And Kenya, oh yeah.
Let's go, it's half time. It's time up. Half time.
Additional 2 points on offer from Janet Owino. Can she nail this one? It's a good effort. Whoa, just shaved the post on the outright. But Kenya will be chuffed to bits with their 5-0 lead over to Japan.
Lazima ende down. Baki naye chini, up haraka, contest. Sawa, ndio tuko wengi on defense. Magals tusemaje? Tuwapeleke pande moja, tuwarudishe katikati, space inatokea. Sawa? Wanaogopa shebesha kimbie. So wote wanaenda. Si ndio? Wakienda tunafanya nini? Turudishe ball. Irene, cheza shot sasa. Sawa, cheza shot. Stacy, lazima mwamke haraka. Breakdown, tuamke haraka. Irene anacheza na sisi shot. Tukicheza na yeye shot, Josephine kimbia angle, Sele kimbia angle, tuko hiyo ball tutinge. Vile tu tumefanya sahi. Although hatuko confident, lazima uwe confident. Shika hiyo ball, confidence, angalia pale una pass ball. Sawa magals. 1 more minute, alafu to make subs. Ndio. Ama nani nasikia
Magais 110 kila mtu.
Sasa
tuko nayo magais. Tuko nayo kila mtu.
Lazima tuanze kuenjoy game. Si ndio? Tuanze kuenjoy game sana.
Kenya.
Mimi naamini.
May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Kenya tuko.
Well, that's Michael Mulima talking to the side, just saying, got to have self-belief, got to have confidence in what they're doing. They've done extremely well, especially on defence, to lead this game, and he knows if they get turnovers there, well, they can break from deep.
And Carl, it would be a monumental result, wouldn't it, for Kenya if they could hang on. Japan, as I said, are no mugs in this game.
Captain Red.
They gave England a real fright when they lost 22 points to 28 in pool play in Langford. And the only reason they didn't beat the English was they couldn't convert their tries. Kenya played the ball there, so did Japan. I'm sure Japan will come back into this though. And this is their captain, Chichiro Nakamura. Coming back is Maki Takano. Suzuki. Now, Japan retaining the possession. Nakamura to Takano. And look how Japan are retaining their possession. Good hands. Suzuki's on the outside, but she knocks the ball on. That'll give Kenya the possession back, though. So they weathered the storm, they held their defensive alignment, and it's the mistake from the Japanese side that have given the possession to the Kenyans.
Yeah, better attacking setup though from the Japanese. A lot more spread and running onto the ball rather than side to side, so they're able to manipulate holds and not engaging in contact. That was the secret there. Loose pass right at the end, spoiled it. You can see what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to run around the bigger forward pack of the Kenyan team.
Sit. Steady.
Important for this Japanese team to try and secure some further points on the series table. 3 ahead of Ireland. Masinde.
3 white advantage.
Pass was fired at Masinde, but she manages to offload it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Offside.
Good here.
So Kenya tap and go. Little switch play, Sokello. Well, she's got Masinde. Now Masinde, can she get inside? Has the great support here. Japan being absolutely stretched once again. But it's a turnover as Kiko Kito comes away with the ball. This is Takano. Supported by her captain. Suzuki goes in. This is Suzuki here. Well, there was numbers over There were some lazy runners from Kenya. Could have been an offside. Kato has Yoko with the purple scrum cap. Kato with a pink scrum cap. But playing the ball on the deck. Penalised there was Grace Okulu. Oh, it went the other way.
Yeah, she got the turnover. She had all rights to the ball. She was on her feet. The cleaner for Japan, just too slow. And that's what they're so good at. They'll give you a half hole on defence with the Kenyans, and they like those behind the hips tackles. You can see it right there. 3, in fact, for Japan. You've got to be better technique than that.
So Kenya, well, that was a tight line, and it was just completely read there by Japan, but they've managed to get up and over the halfway line. Ball turn back here. Stacey Ochenyo. Playing at scrum half is Irene Ochenyo. And they opt to go for the kick. Masindi will chase this one. Nakamura is back for Japan, but Masindi got there first. And the pickup and away once again. Janet Okello. Okello with her second try, her third of the weekend. And what a try by Kenya.
Well, they're growing in their rugby sevens knowledge, aren't they? This Kenyan team, there's a lot of space. The kick was the right option in these conditions as rain is starting to fall here. Put it to boot, turn this Japanese team around. There was only one chase in the form of Chiharu Nakamura, the captain, coming from the far side of the field. And as we keep highlighting, this Kenyan team have gas right across the park.
And Janet Okello, her fourth try of the weekend. That's a name to watch in rugby sevens. The conversion is good. Well, if Kenya, as we said, can get away the kick. Well, you saw the defence was flying up from Japan. There was space behind.
And a great bounce you can see there towards the wing. A great chase also by Grace Okello, and it pops up for Janet Okello. And she gets her double. And Kenya, are we on the brink?
So the kick is long. What can Japan do to get back into this game? There'll be huge disappointment from Kiko Asami, the Japanese coach, if his team go down to Kenya. The newcomers, the debutants on the Sevens World Series. This is better hands now as Mitsugi comes back. Room there for Nakamura to run. That's the 10-yard line. The Japanese captain giving some go forward. Great interplay there. Bounces around, and Yoko, well, she collects the ball but is hit. And then the pick and drive play there from Makiko Tomita. Mitsugi, it's all a little bit tight. We've seen this tactic before from Japan. They're just the wee pop passes, the keeping possession, because they're inviting the Kenyan tacklers in. Oh, the space is there. The rabbit out the hole. And the try scorer, Mio Yamanaka, gives a lifeline to this Japanese team. Just checking on the grounding.
There might have been an obstruction here with one of the Japanese runners stopping a defender for Kenya having a go.
So the RVR, referee video review called here.
It's not this phase. I think it might be the next one. You can see the Japanese run out the top of the screen there. Well, what does she have got in that player? I'm not quite sure. Did she drop it there? See, look at this decoy runner right there. I actually think that's an obstruction.
So a decision time for our referee, Amy Barrett from South Africa.
Look at this tackle when she puts it in the act of putting it down too. Yes, Scotty. There's the obstruction, and I think, does she lose it right there? I'm just trying to cover my bases just in case I'm wrong with the obstruction. Yeah?
She's going to have one more look at it. Don't know if we really get it from this angle. Decision time.
I can't hear you. What?
It's important, of course, because when we head towards Rio, the decisions have to be pinpoint.
She knocks it. Red knocks it. Does it go forward though?
Yeah, the player went beyond the ball, so it's not technically a knock-on, and the try has been awarded. So, good officiating, took the time, not pressurised, and the try will stand.
Well, it's good play by Japan. Kenya were quite spread, and the Japanese had all come in close because they're going to go up the middle of the park, and well, it worked for them in the end. They're giving themselves a chance.
And that's all you need in the sevens game. One chance with 1 minute left on the clock. Japan will need to get a converted try to get on even Stevens with this Kenyan team. Kick-off is high. Just not quite carrying that 10-metre line. Now Kenya have to be cute here. This is where the clock becomes your best friend. Use the time and secure possession. Ochieno Masinde. Well, the wraparound play was meant to be executed. Irene Ochieno has to go back to tidy up ball. Masinde is in there.
Advantage on the side.
An advantage being played. That will suit Kenya. Janet Owino takes that ball. Now if they just slow it down. Well, the stop of the clock, 15 seconds left.
9.
Now, conventional wisdom will say kick it out and try and go to the line out. I think the Kenyans will play ball here and have a go. You got to go with what's natural. 15 seconds, come on Kenya!
Janet Okello, she's got the 2 tries. Remember that name. Here's Masinde. Wraparound play. Masinde will have a wee go here. Can Masinde stretch the Japanese defence? Well tackled there. Ball return. There's the hooter. The French cockerel crowing to signify the end of the game. Kick the ball out. You've won the game.
Release, tackler.
Kenya, and that's perhaps some of the inexperience of this Kenyan team. And the screams are kick the ball out, but they continue to attack. Okello, off she goes. Well, history is being fresh every day. Kenya with their first win on the HSBC Women's Sevens Series. What a result. Kenya 12, Japan 5. Sheer delight for the Kenyans. All that hard work, all that experience paying off. And Janet Okello being congratulated by her teammates. For Japan, well, it's back to the drawing board for them.